Hello everybody, Thorgal here, and welcome back to another episode of my modded Let's Play series. Last time we got started with a rotary craft, and as you guys can see, I tore everything down right here. Besides this over here, I made 9 stacks of this HSLA steel today. Still doing good on the gunpowder, only down to 15. I think we started with 19. So 13, 14 stacks of the stuff I've made, and it's only used 4 of these gunpowder. So I'm not in desperate need of that yet. But I was looking for a permanent place where we're gonna set up a rotary craft, right? And you guys might see that... Whoa! What did I just destroy? Something blue. I don't know what it was. I have to watch the when I edit it. What did I just destroy? Something blue. Maybe it was a botania flower, so we don't need it anymore. But anyway, you guys see, I don't render as far anymore. I am now down to a render distance of 8 chunks. And I'm gonna keep it this way for now, because my FPS are doing much better with a lower render distance. And it still is okay for when I fly around here. I can see the factory once I come over here. And then, of course, everything starts to render over here. Let's check real quick how long this takes. And my minecarts are stopped again. This one is going over here. Every once in a while there is a little bit of a problem, but that's why I have these levers here. Go. Alright, so now when this one comes back out, everything should be fine. And this only happens for when I start the game for the first time in the day. So because I do have the server offline every time I am done playing, because I don't want my stuff to keep running, and especially because it keeps using the charcoal. But you guys see, now I'm missing 4,000 wood. So the wood card is not going to be different. Anyways, I always turn off the world. And then when I turn it back on, it happens that I need to sometimes move the rail carts by hand. But anyway, everything okay over here. Sometimes there's a pile up right there. And then once I, like I said, have everything engaged... It's totally fine. Besides this guy here. There we go. Everything is now gonna be fine. For the rest of the day. No pile-ups, nothing. Anyway, so. I did look for a permanent place. And while I was looking around and then started playing with this is when I noticed that my FPS is kind of bad now, right? There's just so much going on in our village here. Or in our entire area. That now with the lowered chunk rendering, it seems to be better. Anyway. So. I looked around far around here, where I want to build this. The area. And I think over here, this volcano area wasn't too bad, but I think that's where we're gonna put nuclear. Something nuclear. I think that would be a good spot. Up here, obviously, is the magic. Then here's a village. I don't want to come over here. There's a village. I don't want to go over there. And then I was thinking of this area right there. And you guys see there's some beginnings right there. And that's where we're gonna go now and spend the day. I got a big project bag ready with tons of stuff. Because I do want to fully automate everything that has to do with the lubricant. So I have a new book here, Rotary Craft. Let's go over here. Eventually, we're going to, of course, put a train over here, right? Everything's going to be hooked up by train. So I want to make a large scale, even though this looks small, it's going to be very large scale canola production. So it automatically harvests. And then also a much bigger lubricant production. Okay, we're going to triple what we had last time. Because we're going to need a lot of lubricant throughout this build here. This entire area is probably going to turn into some kind of a rotary craft factory. Okay, take 2. I'm going to spare you guys the first take on this because a lot of things went wrong. To the point that I noticed that the farmland in the middle here was too big. Now let me explain to you real quick. It was initially 9 by 9. While everything worked, the last 2 rows did never get harvested, nor did they get pushed in. And I'm not sure why that is. I even went back to my single-player world, because there I have had this... It was a 9 by 9. It was a very similar setup than I have here. Not as clean, of course, because it's just for testing. And I didn't have these problems there, so I am not sure why it didn't work here. But I had to resize it, and I figured we're going to set it up one more time together, so it's nice and smooth, right? So the first thing we're going to get started with is a future... thing that I want to have right here. And you guys see these things are called lubricant pipes or lubricant hose. And these are later on going to fill our gearboxes. Okay, these guys right here. You guys see they have a little bit less than a bucket because I filled them by hand in the first take. But these are going to go right here. And then later on, once we have the lubricant automated, we're going to hook this up. And then they're going to be lubricated by hand. Automatically, sorry. Until then, I'm just going to lubricate them by hand. And why I'm not hooking this up yet is because I only have a few buckets left. 24 buckets of this stuff. Which I'm also going to need for our actual lubricant processing setup, right? So for now, this is going to be enough to last us. And we only need the stone gearboxes. So, and the next thing we're going to have is fans in front of these. And the gearboxes we need because the DC engines that we're making don't have enough rads per second, okay? The fans work with any kind of rads, okay? But the more rads they have, the harder they blow. Now, in the book, let me see. It said it told me in the book. Where did I put it? Right there. It actually tells you some numbers, and that is under farming fan right there. It can have this much wattage. But it shows right here, harvesting speed, I need at least 512 rad. For fire extinguishing, only 64 rads. And to push items, you know, the more speed you give them, the further they push items. But we need to reach at least 512 rads. And the default DC engine here only has 256 rad. And that is why I have a 2-to-1 gearbox here. And these we need to set to shift right click. Because by default, in case you're wondering, it's set to torque. And if you shift right click that with the screwdriver, it changes it to speed. So we're going to have to do that for every one of them here real quick. And that's going to double it and going to give us 512 rads. Okay? And then behind this, we're going to put these DC engines. Now, these are really cool because they don't need anything but a redstone signal. I could not use steam engines in our setup because of the sprinkler system that we're going to use. The sprinkler system goes to about here. Okay, that one sprinkler that's going to be here. Or possibly even a little bit further. And if I had fire underneath steam engines, it would extinguish that. And if we use lava, then the steam engines can explode. Right? So that is why the DC engines are just the best, you know. And they're also the very first tier. So, okay, and then behind these, we're going to put a few repeaters. Whoops. Right there. And behind that, just some redstone. Because in order to turn them on, we need a redstone signal. And then we're just going to put a lever right there. So now if I turn this on, it's going to spin all this. And you guys see all these fans go. And they even push me a little bit. And of course, if I top an item there, I have to turn off my magnet real quick. Let me put that here. Right there. You guys see it shot all the way into here. It just fell down. But it would go easily back to here. So let me go ahead and turn this on. Man, this is strong. This fan, okay. And these, by the way, have a spin down time. They don't stop instantly. But they're going to get slower and slower, and then they're going to turn off. The fans are already off. They don't get enough power anymore. Okay. The next thing is the way I want to water this area. And for that, I want to use these soil hydrators that I read are going to be really good. And we're going to put them here. And underneath these soil hydrators, we are going to use these things right here, the liquid pipes. And you can transport water with these. I don't know, you possibly can also transport other liquids like lava, possibly. I'm not sure, but I know water for sure. These right here do not transport water, the lubricant hose. They are, I'm pretty sure, only able to transport a lubricant overall, okay? And then right here, we're going to come one further to here. And then we are going to use these things right here, the reservoir. There's already one full with water, so I'm going to use that from the first take right there. And you guys see, because the pipe is underneath it, it automatically gives the water to the pipe. So it pushes the water automatically if you have it underneath it. You can also connect them to the side, but it does not fill this pipe automatically. So it's gravity related pretty much, okay? Keep that in mind. And now we can go ahead and close this off. And now, if we use the Medoc, and you guys are going to see, there is this blue indicator that this is the radius pretty much. It shows you how far it can go and hydrate the soil. Excuse me, got a little frog in my throat. And sometimes they don't stay. I'm not sure why. Until they're dark like this. Once they're when they're light brown like this, they're not fully hydrated yet. It is possible that they turn back into dirt for a second. And I just have 2 because one does not reach all the way across, okay? And it's gonna take a few seconds here, and then everything is, I'm gonna give it here a minute. And I should probably also give it more water, duh. Right here, let's go ahead, and we're gonna use a reservoir for this one this time, instead of the endless water source. Just because I don't need an extra pipe. Alright, so this is full already, and I can fill my bucket. And then we're just gonna need, can I use this one? I can. Sweet. Alright, so now it's gonna fill from the reservoir into this. Oh, but it connects on the bottom as well. So it does like an endless cycle. That makes not a lot of sense. Alright, let's change this up. You guys see, because the pipe down here connected back to the reservoir. So let's just put it up 1 out of the ground. That is fine. And like that. Yeah, it's fine. We can see it sticking out. And here we go. Let me fill my 2 buckets again. 1. So 1, 2, 3. And I want it to be on the 4th one right there. Okay, and then we can tie this back up with these blocks like that. And right there. Okay, so this is gonna come up right there. And then we'll just come across. It does, like I said, it does not really matter. And I want to come to here. 1 more. And then I need to come into the middle here. So 1, 2. Okay, just like that. And then I want to show you guys the overpoweredness. So I'm going to make a little cross right here. Like this, okay? And now before we continue, we're gonna set up our catching system first. And for that, I'm gonna need my conveyor belts. And I'm also going to need, I think it is in here, right there. I'm gonna need my dolly with my already semi-filled. You guys see, I already have 38 stacks of that in there. Well, let's put the dolly right there. And let's start at the top right here with the dropping conveyor belt. That's the one we're going to use, and that's automatically going to insert into this jobber barrel. And we just need to turn it around this way. Yes. And then we can set up the conveyor to come from down here. Why did this one get messed up? Whoa. Easy. Let's do this one more time as well. I'm so used to the one, I think 110 and later version what actually shows you which way it's going to place it. But anyway, so the canola seeds are going to fall into here, they get transported up there and then automatically inserted into this barrel right there, right? But in order to make sure that I'm missing 1 glass, I wonder what happened to it, but it doesn't matter. But to make sure that the canola seeds actually stay in the farm here when the fans blow, we're gonna use some glass around it, so it cannot get shut out of it. Like this. Oh, right there. And I still cannot believe that this is not able to fill. This is crazy. I wonder if this one goes back into that one. I don't think so. This one keeps pumping. Otherwise it would fill, right? Okay, anyway, so we got this done. And now, of course, the last thing we need to do here before we hook up the sprinklers. I'm going to hook up the sprinklers last because I want you guys to see how OP this is when it actually runs. And by the way, if you've noticed, I turned them off, or I took off my jetpack earlier. Because for some reason with the jetpack, I kept trampling here everything, even though, you know, I was very careful. Oh, alright, almost done. Let's fill these few. And I think eventually I'm going to figure out how I'm going to put a little bit of lighting in here as well. Okay, but now everything is there, and I need to come down one more time. Don't trample it. Good. Not reach you. Yes, good. All right, now, last thing is sprinklers. And like I said, but later on, I'm only going to have 1 of these. Okay? In the middle here. I'm going to take off the 3 ends. But I wanted you guys to see right now when you have 4, because you craft them in 4s, how OP this is. Look at this grow. And the range of these sprinklers is really good as well. Oop, hello, conveyor. Okay. Alright, now we're going to let this fully grow. Sleep real quick, and then we'll turn on the fans, and you guys are going to see how it gets harvested. And hopefully now, in the second take, everything is going to finally work the way I wanted it. Come over here and turn this on. You guys are going to see it harvest them. They all get pushed in back into that conveyor system over here. And they get transported up and they go in here. And now we just had 39 stacks, right? Look at this. Look at this go up. There is no way I can set up enough of the... What are these things called here? These grinders. In the beginning of the episode I said I'm going to make 3, but I'm actually going to make 5 of them because we're going to need so much lubricant. So you guys see, it's just insane how much you get here. And now actually, because I have 48 stacks, I put up structural... Upgrade 1 and 2, avoid upgrade. Oh, I think I never put the other. Yeah, I still have this one. I think I have one slot empty, yes. Just right click. Now I can hold 128 stacks. Okay. But anyway, so the fans are off. And like I said, I think this is totally OP. Let me turn on my magnet for a second. So I can get this back. Right there, and I'm only gonna have one in the middle. That is it. Alright, now we're gonna set up the actual lubrication process, the grinding. And I have an idea on how we're gonna... I have not set this up yet. Well, at least not here. I did play around with it over in our base area, where I wanted to know if we can make it different so we don't need 3 steam engines per grinder, and the simple solution was to go with a higher gearbox. So instead of the 2x1 gearboxes that we had before, we're going to use the 4-to-1 gearboxes here, right? So we're going to go backwards with this. All right, let's start over here. First, what we're going to need to set up is... Oh man, let me send this gobbledygook back here. I don't need this stuff, just so I have some room. Where are my pipes? Right here. Liquid pipes. Now, I know that these liquid pipes do not connect from anywhere on these steam engines, but from behind. I figured that part out already. And we are going to come, and we're going to use the same water over here. I hope that it's going to be enough water pressure to do that. And come over here. And by the way, in case you guys did not notice yet, I changed the... This over here, I took the reservoir down and put the infinite water source because this thing here did not fill, right? I'm like, okay, and then once the sprinkler started going, it went down to 1 bucket. And I thought that maybe with this it's going to go faster. Now it went up to 3 buckets and it's there. And I think it is because this sprinkler uses as much water as you throw at it, okay? And when you guys check, it goes all the way to here. That is an 8 radius from that. So it's a 17 by 17 area, the sprinkler, which is crazy. So I want to see if I can figure out some way of not giving this as much water. Not exactly sure how I can do that, because when I look in Rotary Craft, there's some other pipes here. Valve pipe, bypass pipe, separation pipe, and so on. But I don't see like a limiter. I'm going to have to see if I can find something. Because I would like to lower the radius here just to as much as it needs, right? But I haven't been able to figure out how to do that yet. Okay, so now, next to this here, we're going to actually put steam engines, 5 of them. So, just like that, and I'm hoping that there's enough water. That's the first thing I need to make sure now, is, wow, already 8 buckets, 4 buckets, 6. Okay, so it's getting enough water. Because the problem is, I don't want these to blow up, right? If they get hot and then you give it water, they blow up. But they should heat up to 125 degrees and then stay there. Alright, and now the next thing is that is new, we did not have that last time, is the clutch right here. I want to have a clutch in front of each one of these engines so I can actually turn off this setup right here, right? Clutches only work when you give them a redstone signal, and I'm going to show you guys this here in a minute. And then here, we're going to have our new 4-to-1 gearboxes. But, of course, for that, I want to make sure that we're ready for lubricant, wherever this is going to come from. Okay? And then this one has a little bit of lubricant, because that's the one I did my testing with over there. So we'll put this here. And it does connect from underneath, right? Yes, just want to make sure. And then 1, 2, and 1, 2. And now you start hearing them kick in. And these all we want to keep on torque, because we want to get the higher torque for the grinders, right? And then just for display purposes, I kind of like having these. I want to use them. I didn't use them here because it's such a simple setup, right? And then beyond this one, we're gonna have our 5 grinders. So for now, like you guys can see, I want to go with 5 of these. We might extend this if I need more lubricant. And this is all very easy to make. Now these right here, I'm gonna have to give them lubricant by hand real quick. At least a bucket, so we can see that they all work. Let's put this down right here for now. I'm gonna sleep real quick, so I don't have any baddies surprise me. There's also a bunch of slimes around me if you guys check the minimap. I'm not sure where they come from, but I have seen a couple of large slimes over here before. Sorry, what was I doing here? Oh yes, lubricant. Right there. So we're gonna give each one of these a bucket, just like the other ones over there. Just the minimum required. And right there. Okay, so now all 5 are there. Now the last thing we need to do is get this ready for redstone signal. And I'm gonna put a block above each one of these. And I decided for this, you know, warning tape kind of block right there. I think it's fitting. And then a lever on each one of them. I don't want to put the levers between, because if I put it between, it's gonna power both clutches, the one to the left and the one to the right. So now this one, if I turn it on, you guys see the clutch kicks in. We're getting at 128 Newton meters. That's what we need. Everything over here is full, so we can only do this with one 4-to-1 gearbox. So that is cool. So now we have a quintuple setup right there. Now the last thing we need to do is get the canolas into here. And I wanted to try out something here with you guys real quick before I set up the other ones. And that is, I would like to... I don't want to take out my axe. Oh my god, I stopped early because I didn't want to break the grass behind it. There we go. Okay, I want to see if I can feed these from underneath. I am not sure. So let's see if it connects. It does. Very good. And then here, you know, I can put the glass plates, and everything is gonna be decorated. I'm gonna do this here in a minute. We're gonna dress this up quite nicely, I hope. Okay. Oh yeah, then of course I need to go. Let's go quick and pick all this stuff up. And I'm gonna, you know, use mostly the Thaumcraft, the Wand of Equal Exchange. Wand of Equal Trade, I think that's what it's called. To change out the blocks, because, you know, I don't want to see grass and dirt underneath my pipes and whatnot, but I'll take care of that in a minute. And we come down like this. And then there's gonna be something else as well we're gonna need. Let me see here. Where is it? Is this going to be automatically? It does connect. I wonder if it pushes out directly into this lubricant. Can I also put this on the top? I can. I want to see if we can have them on the top. That would be the best. But well, let's just do it like this. Okay, and let's put the servo in here. And then start this, and it should be sending lots of stuff. Okay, good. And I think it's set to 64. All right. It's not fast, but you know, once they have something, it doesn't really matter. So this guy should be getting stacked right there. And let's go ahead and turn this one on. And it's gonna only take a few seconds for the first one. And I want to see. Let me take this off to make sure if it maybe possibly puts this automatically in this hose here. Come on. I don't think you can speed this up, by the way, this process here. Okay, so it is sitting in here, but... So how can I test if this works? Do I want to come back into this one, or where do I want to come with this? I kind of want to have it like, if I put it here, let's do one more and then we'll put it here, right? Because then I can come out underneath. It shows tank is empty. Okay. Well, then the other thing is, like I said, I want to test is, does it possibly... Ooh, it does. Okay, good. So then this is going to move over here. Alright, so up. And then up. And then to here. And now we're getting this right here. Oh, sorry. Might have lost a little bit like that. Because then I can come out underneath here and feed it back to wherever I want it, right? That makes sense. Okay, so we're gonna put all of this like that. Okay. And I can get rid of... I should probably turn on my magnet. Where did I put it? Right here. Okay, so all of these are gonna feed. So now I can turn all of these on. Ow! Don't stand on the grinder, you knucklehead. Okay, so now they're all going, and we're going to start... And I'm gonna use this here, because this holds 64 buckets. Right? And I actually want to use... I want this to be feeding my pipe. So what if I use this? I put this drum up here. And it is emptying the drum because it is gravity based. I'm not sure where I want to put this. It's gravity based, so that means it needs to come... It definitely needs to go here. And then... Let's go one more. Do you feed this one? Yes, it does. Okay. I think I'm gonna... I'm sorry, guys. I'm taking so long at setting this up. But now if I come out of this one... into this reservoir here, which I might possibly just empty. And we'll use it for something else. I'm thinking here is because this can hold so much more. 256. Okay, so this is gonna slowly drain into here so I can reuse this for something else. Alright, good. So now, and now from here... Oh, this is actually... Look how much this is making me. Alright, there's one more thing that we need to make. And we're gonna put that... I need to see, can I... It does connect right here. Okay. So we're gonna have to put these up here, because now I also need to pull out these husks or whatever they're called. And I figured we're gonna put them... Let's put them here. Okay, and for that I made another. Where did I put that dolly? Oh yes, I think it is in this bag. Yep, there it is. Okay, because I already had this one from the manually harvesting right there. Okay, cool. And put this one away. We're getting somewhere. But I also need to make sure that I take this one, MK1, MK2, Void, and also the one storage. I don't know if this is used for something else. I haven't looked yet. But now this can never back up. And of course, I'm gonna need 5 more servos. Redstone are totally overkill, but that's the only one that I have taught my system. But it doesn't really matter. Yes. That definitely looks like the right stuff, pulling it out, right? Yes, it's pulling the husks out. Perfect. That is it. Now we have a system that will never stop producing us lubricant. Now let's check real quick. How far down is the lubricant in this one here? Not too far. I think that this is what I'm gonna set up first now, guys. Because I need to make sure that these guys here are lubricated more than anything else. Because they're making me lubricant. And I can turn this on and I'm gonna have endless of this stuff here. And because this fills automatically, I like that actually when you go with gravity. And now these right here. Alright, so is it gonna fill the first one? No, it filled this one as well a little bit. A little bit. I just need to make sure that the last one doesn't get anything yet. Okay, so I'm guessing that once the first one is full, with 24, then we're gonna be fine. So these over here are all full. This entire row, every one of these has 24 buckets now. It's been a while. I let this run. And it's working on these over here. These stone ones apparently only hold 8 buckets. And it is down to this one. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 left. And then I got all these filled, and then I should start getting a backlog in this drum right here. Okay, and you guys see I set something up over here, but I wanted to talk with you about what I did here, okay? And that is, I did not want to have to turn this on or keep it always on, right? Because it's a waste of lubricant if these are always running. So what I did here is, I keep getting stuck in these trenches here. Gonna have to check if I can put a cover on top, if these are multi-block ready. You know what? I'm just gonna get a cover. Multi-block, forge micro-block. Let's go with this one here. Let's just get one and try it out. So I put up a cobblestone structure pipe, and you guys see it runs the red pipe wire, this stuff right here. You just, in case you've never used this, let me show you that right here. And you just right click it and it puts the wire against it from Buildcraft. And then I made this hammer here, a barrel hammer. I've never used one of these before, and when you shift right click it, this is by default normal. This is how you craft it right here, 5 iron and 2 sticks. And then when you shift right click it, you change the mode. The resonating one, okay, this hammer is to remove upgrades. Okay, that's what that does. And when you shift right click it, you can change between the modes. So now I would take out the redstone upgrade. This one, I don't know what it is. Let's see here. Hammer. The gray one is that take out the hopping upgrades. We needed the yellow one here, the storage. This one. This begins to grow. And then I can put this on here real quick so I can show you again. Because I wanted to take this upgrade out. This does not need to hold 128 stacks, right? And now that I have the hammer set correctly, shift right click and you guys see I took this upgrade out. So just so you know how I did that. And so I got the pipe here with the pipe wire, and then I made 2 iron AND gates. And this AND gate here is set to... I first played around with making it so, hey, if it's full, do something, right? But because I have this void upgrade on here, apparently this never shows as full. It's like I can still take stuff, right? It doesn't, this one cannot read this as full. But I changed it to, hey, when you're empty, emit a red pipe signal. So when this barrel is empty, this one emits a redstone signal to this wire, which comes over here to this gate. And this gate right here, I simply say, hey, if there's a red pipe signal, make it a redstone signal, right? So now what's going to happen is if this is empty, this all lights up and it starts this up and it harvests. And I can show you. Dang it. Okay, let's try this right now. This started to drive me bananas. No, we can only walk over it, which is fine. I think I'm gonna just do that. And if it's just glass, because getting stuck in here every time is annoying. Granted, it's only underneath this here, you guys see, because it's like a full, because there's a block above me or something, but we'll fix this. So the way I can show you guys how it works is by simply giving another empty barrel here, right? So we're gonna take this one away, and I'm gonna put an empty barrel, and pay attention, this is gonna turn on, and then the whole system here turns on. Bam. See? Because this barrel is empty and it's gonna harvest like a maniac. And because it already has something now, it's off. Right? Which turns this signal off, and these already stopped. So it harvests about 3-4 stacks apparently. And these right here are stuck. I don't know why this happens. Oh well. So if I take this out, all of it. Okay, now it pushed it. It's just because apparently this was flying, and halfway until it was flying, it turned off. And that's why this happened. Anyway, so let me put these in here and break this again. Give me all that, and we'll put it away and put this barrel back because this one has the void upgrade. So this is how this works. I think that's going to be really nifty here. I don't need to mess around with turning this on and off again. And it's not wasting any of the lubricant, right? So I spent about 10 minutes here looking through this entire book. Every single machine, everything you can make, guys. And there's some pretty cool things in this mod that we won't be able to get to today, but there is so many things that you can, like potion appliers. There's vertical and horizontal like bores that go all the way down. And we can break bedrock to make really cool bedrock armor and whatnot. But I wanted to find one more thing we can do today, and I think what would be nice is some kind of a different lighting, right? And I found these bright lamps here, and they can be up to 12 meters. Okay, they can light up. So if we put one of them down here, I don't think anything is happening when we put F7 yet. But let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So up to this block in a radius, a block here. Sure, let's use this one here for now. So apparently this is how far it can light up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. But in order to do that, we need to give it a coil spring or wind spring, apparently, okay? And they need to be charged. These wind springs, it seems they are like batteries in rotary craft, from how I understand how they work. You can wind them up, and then you can put it into other blocks and use it. And there's even an engine, apparently, that you can put that in there. It's like a coil engine. So you could put down an engine somewhere with that, so you don't have to set up, another steam turbine or something like steam engine, sorry. And in order to do that, we need to use a coil winder. And the more torque you give it, I read, the more it does its thing, right? Input mode, output mode. Aha. Okay. So I set up another steam engine over here. I don't know if I'm gonna leave the setup here or not. Another clutch, another gearbox. You guys see it's filling nicely with canola, with the lubricant, and it is set to torque. So now I have no idea how this works, but I made 5 of these coils because I figured 5 lamps. Input mode, and I don't know how long this takes, but let's turn it on. And it is charging. Okay, and it says that you can... Oh, that's it. It's already full. 128 kilojoules. Okay. Let's go here. Wind spring. 1 kilojoule, 2. So we got this one right here. 128 kilojoules. So there's more. Apparently, this wasn't enough torque for that. Let's test for 1 second because I'm interested in how this works. I have a 2-to-1 gearbox. That's right there. Let's go ahead and change these two out. And I'm gonna guess that we're only gonna get the 56 torque then. Let's try it out. So let's put this one in here and turn it on. 64. I'm sorry, not 56. Of course, half of the 128 right there, right? Okay, so let's turn this off. Whoops, not you. Take this off again. And put the 4-to-1 because I want to know if it keeps charging it higher now. Up to 128. Okay, so depending on how much torque you get, that's it. That's just how much you're gonna charge these coils with. But that is good to know. Man, you need a lot of torque then to get up to 30,000. Wow, okay. Okay, so let's test this out. Let's put this in here. And number one is... I have no idea how long this is gonna last. Let's do F7 and check this out. Oh, it actually went further. Goes all the way to here. That is a big area. Wait, what? Did you guys just see that? Like, if I get close to it, it updated? Yep, you guys saw that just here, the yellow axis? But that is a large area you can light up things with. Oh, but it used already 7 kilojoules. Oh, man. Now, I'm gonna guess that you can probably not redstone control those. So that is not something I can really use to light up my area. Okay, I want to see if we can automate these lamps. That is, I'm very interested. I think that could be a fun little project here. But first, what we need to do is I want to see if we can find out from this machine here if it has work. Okay, but before I set this up, can I pull out and push in? Yes. Okay, so we can come in and out from there. So then this one here would on top. And let's put this gate here first. And see if it has the option has work. No, it does not. It has items in inventory. Items in inventory. Yeah, let's do that. Items in inventory. That should work. And we're gonna say, I gotta put the pipe wire first. So keep that. Because I want to make sure that this only kicks in if it actually has work, right? So run this to there. And then we have red pipe signal on. And I'm gonna have to come down one. I don't actually know. I think it needs to be towards the side that you want to go in. Ooh. How am I gonna be able to get there? There. Yes. Okay. And then we'll say, if you have red pipe signal, turn redstone on. So that will kick in the clutch to get this going. So if let's just test this first. So this one is, let's put this one back in here. It kicked in and it's gonna charge it. It is full. We take it out. The system stops. All right. Very nice. And now, here's the thing is, we're gonna set up one lamp. Let's set up one lamp. Well, no, you know, I don't have enough of this stuff here for now. So I think for right now, we're just gonna have a test one, like right here. That's fine. And then we can figure out how to run this and so on. And I'm gonna have to have, well, this is how I want it to have later on, right? I want to have one here and one there. And this is gonna be the empty ones, and this is gonna be the full ones. And then, yo, this is not good. Oh man, that's gonna kill my plans. If I can put something into this. Doesn't go on top. Dang it. Why you do this to me? This was gonna be fun. Can I wrench you to go in here? No. Oh, that sucks, guys. I was hoping that we can automate these coils so when this is empty, right? When this is an empty spring, right now it's lit up. You guys see? F7, it lights up the big area. But then when it's empty, I wanted the system here to automatically pull it out, bring it over here, charge it, come back out and go back to the lamps and just have, you know, let's say we have 10 lamps and have 12 springs or so going. That would have been fun, but... Connect on the bottom? No. Is there any... Don't I have the... Do I have translocators? I do. Item translocator. Let's make one of these here real quick and see if it works with those. Here, I'm not even gonna cut. I don't think I've made any of these yet. Let's just go with, I'm gonna need to have 4. 2 in and 2 out. There we go. Alright, let's try these out. No idea if it's gonna, where am I going? Man, I already took off my glove. The Tinker's glove. But I'm still breaking stuff so fast. Okay, so let's see if this one works. Let's come from here. And I'm just gonna use this barrel for right now. I think you go like this, right? I haven't used it in a while. And then you press it where it goes. Right there, yes. Okay, let's undo that. Take the spring out and say go this. Now if I put this. Oh, why did that take so long to show up? Okay, so it does not take it out. So you cannot pump into these. You cannot automate them. That makes these really dumb. I'm sorry. I mean, if you're going to use something up that requires, you know... And this is not going to last long. This is probably going to last one night. That's it. That kind of stinks, guys. Well, anyways, I wanted to show this off. If you have any ideas on how you think we could possibly use this, I want to try one more thing. Can I just right-click this? No. Shift right-click. No. You cannot right-click them into it either, because then we could have used like some kind of a mechanical user or whatever. But anyways, that's it for today. It sucks that we cannot automate these. I'm definitely going to leave this on, I think. That's still not a bad idea, because I have a feeling that we possibly going to need these. Put it like this. That we're going to need these coils more often, right? For other things, possibly. So... I want to see if we can use... Because then I don't need to use turbos and stuff. I did say that we're done. I know, I'm sorry. No, still keep going over here. From here to here, and we go back out. So now I'm just wondering if it's gonna actually fully charge it first. This is one. Doesn't pull it out. Maybe you can only pull them out from underneath or something? Let's test that. Me no like you when you cannot automate things. Yes, it did. Okay, so I can pull it out from the bottom. But I still want to test if it's going to charge it first. So this is a 0 kilo. And at 128. And it gets... Okay, I can live with that. That's fine. That is not bad then, if we can at least automate this. But you just have to pull it out on the bottom, which is fine. Now, did I try to put this in on the top? Guys, did I try that? Try it. And... Yo. Why can I not click you? Does it need to be with an empty hand? Yes. Alright, here comes the moment of truth. No, it cannot put it in from the top. Anyways, I am done. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll catch you in the next one, everybody. Take care, stay safe, and bye-bye.